Senator Sakaja campaigned to become governor of Nairobi.
Yes.
And to restore order.
Yes.
Senator Sakaja promised that Nairobi will be clean.
Yes.
Today, people are complaining, and you have admitted Nairobi is not clean.
Yes.
Senator Sakaja promised that Nairobi's roads will be motorable. In fact, as a senator, you participated in negotiating for some road in Mwiki residents were complaining. And then said, when I become governor, you'll never be complaining like this.
There are many roads done in the city.
Senator Sakaja promised that if he becomes governor, Nairobi will be lit. Those three things are not happening. Has Governor Sakaja been unable to deliver on his promise?
No. Governor Sakaja has delivered greatly on those promises. Number one, Senator Sakaja did not promise a quick fix or an instant solution. Neither did he ask for a 3-year term. These things are work in progress. There's been improvement right now across the city. I don't know which route you use. You will find roadworks going on. You know, the city is almost a construction site. There are roadworks happening, you know, from the east to the west, north and south. That is happening, and you must keep doing it. The challenge in some areas, for instance, and I'll give you an example of Dagoretti North, was quick fixes. If you look at Chania Road, Kindaruma, etc., where there's been a big complaint about the roads, it's because every intervention was just doing a top layer of tarmac. Yet the base of that road is black cotton soil. And so we said, no, let's not do that. Let's do a full reconstruction. It is ongoing right now. So that every year we won't have to do that. Number two, let us charge these heavy construction vehicles that, and you know, they're doing construction, which must go on because the city is growing, but they're destroying the roads. You know, so they must, number one, continue to maintain the roads where they are doing the construction. Because even if you look at, you know, those particular roads, the direction to which, you know, the trucks are coming loaded, whether it is the pre-mixed concrete or the heavy steel, is worse than, you know, the other direction. And so we've said, number one, we will not give you an occupational certificate before you restore the roads. And during the period of construction, you must maintain the road.
Okay.
You know, so those are things that are ongoing.
So
it's
been 3 years. It's been 3 years. How much longer do you want the people in Nairobi to give you? Because you're saying it's not a quick fix.
It's not a quick fix. There are things that will be done in our first term. There are things that will be done in our second term. When we're done with the first term, we'll be able to say, look, this is where we started. This is what we've been able to do. And that's accountability.
Second terms aren't guaranteed, though.
That is guaranteed. And that's why you have to come to the people and say, this is what we've done so far. This has been the bigger challenge. And you know, you asked a question.
But if it's not in 5 years, then in how long? And let's go maybe start with like waste management. You've talked about the trunk sewer. That is a heavy investment, big project that requires time, requires money. But when it comes to quick fixes, just so Nairobi doesn't smell, drainages aren't clogged, etc., flooding those still haven't happened. So you could talk about the trunk sewer, which is a great initiative and will take time, but still Nairobi smells. It's filthy.
And that's what we have to work on every single day, Miriam. There's no button you'll press and say, okay, stop being filthy. It is do the waste to energy, sign that contract, engage more equipment, do collection points. If you go, for instance, today to Kangware, Gitanga Road, there used to be a very huge heap, you know, that would close the road. It is no longer there because the people who are illegally dumping, and I spoke to those young people, they told me these companies are paying us 2,500 per load to dump the waste here, not go to Dandora. And I tell them, okay, guys, how many trips do they do? 3 trips a day. So you're getting 7.5. For now, let me pay you 10K per day to tell them not to dump here and for you to take care of the place. And it's being taken care of.
Well, Wesley of Kangware is actually saying no. Please ask the governor about the ever-existing garbage from Gitanga Road in Kangware that has affected the lives of the estate residents. The garbage has even eaten part of the road. There's a food market there. There are residential flats. The smell is unbearable. I think let's thread the way Mariam started. Garbage, lighting. We'll go and talk about the relationship with, you know, Nairobi City Council. But let's actually address these key concerns for Kenyans. And let's just thread. So garbage collection. You're saying one thing. I think there. Residents are saying. So what's in the interim? What happens? We just try and jikaza with the smell.
No, we keep collecting it. We keep collecting it. Let's also look at our response. It's a shared responsibility, you know. Okay. And I'll give you an example because we are going to engage in those campaigns and we're going to talk to the people. That's why I'm here today. You know, I was in a market and I've given this example before. It's very interesting because I know this lady, you know, in Kahawa West, and you know, she's selling groceries. So akona nyanya, kitunguu, maembe. Then he says, hey, Governor, karibu sana, habari, bona kuna takataka hapa? So I ask, takataka gani? Right in front of our stall, there's a maganda of mango, orange, what she is selling. You know, there's also the responsibility of the citizen when you throw trash out of your window. There's what we must do as a city, you know, and you will see that difference.
I agree it goes both ways, but...
So, the law that we have, you know, the environmental management law of the city mandates you to take care of 10 meters from your place of work or your house. That is the law that we have. But people are disregarding that.
Do we have an enabling environment for those? Because yes, the bins are one. Like an easy example is the CBD. You start, when you're around Kimathi Street, you're on Koinange Street, there's a bin every few hundred meters. You toss, you toss, you toss. The further down you go, the less the bins become.
But
and then as you there are bins, sorry Mariam, there are bins, but not as many as when you're on this side of town. And then the farther you move from the CBD, again, the farther the bins are. So there is the responsibility of I need to keep my environment and 10 meters within me clean, but the larger responsibility of collecting the garbage, making sure there's no heaps on Gitanga Road, like Wesley saying, the infrastructure, that still lies with the county.
Of course,
and 3 years in, I don't think garbage collection and disposal. I know it's a massive behemoth and Dandora is full and all of that, but I think there should be some quick fixes such that Nairobi doesn't still smell 3 years in.
And you will see it. You know, you will see it because working on these things structurally has now given us a platform to be able to sort it out, you know, in a sustainable way. Not that, you know, you find this month it is clean, the next month the exchequer delays, and then because it's delayed, garbage is not collected. It must be done in a sustainable way. And I will fix it. I take responsibility for it. I have to fix it. And so...
Well, can people get a timeline?
Yeah, right.
Because right now people are living with
we're in future tense.
Garbage outside their doors. And we'll go to lighting as well.
I would not... I don't want to say trivialize, but abuse the trust of the people by guessing dates. You know, I would not do that. I can give you a fixed timeline on, for instance, the sewer. You know, January 2027, we'll have sorted out the entire trunk. You know, that is going to be done. Waste management is a day-to-day thing. You know, we produce these tons, 3,000 tons a day. Once we sign in, for instance, collection is a bigger problem. You know, which immediately, you know, we'll see that. Right. Actually, yesterday we were doing evaluation for some of the contracts around that. That was yesterday. To build the waste to energy plant will take time, but before it is done, we still need to manage and make Dandora an engineered landfill. You know, work with the communities that are there, and there's no administration that has ever gotten to the point we've gotten to where you have a project agreement on the waste to energy.